So I'm about to tell you a story about my entire life, and this is my business journey, and it's made me who I am today. And there was 3 pivotal points in my life that changed me and helped me to get to where I am today. I grew up in a low middle class family. We didn't have a lot of money. Like, I remember when I was a little kid, my grandma and my grandpa, they would come and visit me 2 hours from where I lived. I lived in a house in the woods, and they would come visit us once a month. They would bring us a chicken, they would bring us a ham, they would bring us a roast beef, and they would come every single month. And that would feed us basically for the entire month because we didn't have money to buy good food like that. So my grandparents helped us out a lot like that. But I was a kid. I was a happy kid. I had nothing, and I was a happy kid. And I just thought that's what the norm was. And because of this, it made my mindset this poor ass, middle class, small town mindset I had. So I thought to myself, like, I needed to just get a job just to get by. And if I had this job just to get by, I could live a happy life. But I wanted more in my life. I have this vision. I have this drive. There are so many things I want to accomplish. So I risked it all. As I got older, about the time I was like 14, my parents split up. And what I ended up doing is I ended up moving in with my dad. And my dad lived in the tiniest frigging house you have ever seen. It was like 400 square feet. Upstairs was 1 bedroom, and I shared that bedroom with my dad. And then my sister, she slept on the floor right beside the couch that my brother slept on because there was literally no room. So if my brother needed to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, he had to step over her, and we had no space. And then I realized, you know what, I need some of my own space. So I set up a tent in the backyard. My brother moved upstairs with my dad, and then my sister slept on the couch downstairs. I lived in a tent for a year, and that was basically rock bottom for me. And I remember being in this tent, and there's earwigs crawling around. I would wake up, find like bugs, or sometimes if it rained, there'd be water in the tent, and it started getting moldy. I remember thinking, I'm like, I live literally in a shithole. I need to do something about this. I can't let this be my life for the rest of my life. But at the same time, I was still happy, which is a complete mindfuck if you think about it, because I was happy and I had nothing, which I think was my unfair advantage. So then I went away to university. I went for aerospace engineering, graduated top 3 of my class, was never fulfilled. I wasn't fulfilled. And the first year of university, I got into fitness. And I remember I was skinny fat my entire life, but I thought my genetics were holding me back. I thought I was destined to never have a great body. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to change myself. I'm going to do everything that I need to do. I'm going to do the nutrition. I'm going to do a workout program. I'm going to follow it to a T. And if it doesn't work, then it's my genetics. But if it works, hey, I'll be able to build my body. Lo and behold, during first semester, I gained 27 pounds of muscle, completely changed my body, went from 150 to 177, had abs for the first time in my life. And that one thing completely changed my mindset. And it made me realize that if I set out to do a goal and accomplish a goal, anything is possible. So I started getting better grades in school, graduated top 3 in my class, but at the same time, I wasn't fulfilled with what I was doing. I wasn't passionate about it. I could have easily gotten a job and been making over 100K per year, but that's not what I wanted in my life. I wanted to be able to travel the world. I wanted to be able to work from my computer. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to have freedom. At the same time, I was still working out. I started training people just to make a couple extra bucks, but also because I loved it. So I started training people, and I started writing my blog, jmaxfitness.com, and I was writing this blog, and I don't even know who read the blog, but I was writing it for me. I was reading things, learning things, and then I was just teaching them on my blog just because it was a hobby. I had no idea it could turn into a business. And then one day I read Tim Ferriss's blog post on this guy named Mike Geary. It said Mike Geary, he was an engineer making like 50K per year. And I was like, oh, I'm in school as an engineer. And later in the article, it said he started his online fitness business selling ebooks, and he was on pace to make $11 million that year. And here I was thinking the most I could ever make in my entire life was $100K. And here I was making $11 million that year selling air, literally selling air online, nothing physical. So I was like, if this engineer can do it, then this engineer can do it. So I came out with my first product and I released it, and crickets. Nobody bought my product. And that's when I realized anything worth doing in life is going to be difficult. You need to hustle, you need to figure it out, you need to work hard, and you need to do it. It was about this time in my life I met my first mentor, Jonathan Goodman, the Personal Trainer Development Center. He just started the website. I remember the first time I met John, I was getting changed in a change room at a gym, and we started talking about business, and he said a lot of great stuff that really resonated with me. So I got his contact info. I went home and then I reached out to him. I was like, I would love to just learn from you. Like, how about I just work for you for free? I'll help out, do anything I can. These are some skills that I have. And this eventually led to him being my very first mentor, and he completely changed my business. My business went through 3 big movements, and the first movement was when I met John Goodman. So I started working as a personal trainer downtown Toronto. So on a whim, I started applying to different gyms, and I applied to the most highest paying gyms in all of Toronto, and I got a job there. And I was ecstatic because I was making money and I was getting up every day doing something I loved. And I remember just laying in bed, and I remember thinking to myself, holy shit, I made it. I'm a trainer at the top gym in the city. And I was really excited for a second. But then this thought came over to me, and it was a oh shit moment. I was like, oh shit, I'm 23 and I accomplished pretty much everything I wanted to accomplish. I'm financially secure. I have a job I love. But could I honestly sustain working 13 hours per day for the rest of my life? And I started realizing as a man, I needed something more. I needed to be working towards a bigger goal, a goal that was bigger than me. And I remember walking outside in a blizzard, and beside my condo, there was this big billboard. It was a picture of this beautiful woman on the beach with the turquoise water in the background. And it said, "Got the winter blues." And I looked at that and I was like, yeah, I have the winter blues. So I told my girlfriend at the time, let's move abroad. My online business is making a little bit of money. I was making like maybe $2K a month, something like that. We can go live abroad, live somewhere where it's a lot cheaper to live and travel and see the world. She was like, okay, I'm in. She had money saved up. And the month later, we moved to the middle of the Mediterranean, this small little island called Malta. And that was the second big moment in my life, because as soon as I was all in with my online fitness business, I wasn't making money from training anymore. I knew this was it. That was 2014. And I built up my business to about 6 figures per year while working 2 to 4 hours per day. And then many weeks I only worked like 4 hours. So I was literally living the 4-hour work week. And my mindset at that time, I still had that broke ass small town mindset. My mindset was the most you'll ever make is 6 figures. You can't make more. There's other people who are making more, but you can't do it, Jason. So you might as well live like a king in a different country while working as little as possible, maximizing your lifestyle. And I did that for 3 years. I traveled to over 20 countries, saw some amazing things, experienced some incredible experiences. But eventually, after those 3 years, it was time to go home. My girlfriend at the time, she was battling depression. On top of this, my business hit a peak like second year traveling. And then I noticed it was starting to go down, and I was a little scared. And I didn't know what to do. So we moved back to Toronto where it was safe. And when we moved back to Toronto, that's when reality hit, because my girlfriend, she got a job that she was commuting to 2 hours each way. She hated it. She would come home miserable. Her depression was getting worse. And it was at this time that I was like, screw it, let's make this happen. And I hired my next mentor, Vince Del Monte. And he made me realize and opened up my mind that, yo, you can make more than 6 figures per year. You should be aiming to make 10 mil a year, 100 mil a year. Like, there's no cap on this. And I was like, oh shit, maybe I can. So I started doing whatever it took. I had the stand-up desk. I would work in the kitchen all day, every day, and then I would cook dinner, and my girlfriend would come home. We'd have dinner together, and then I would be done the work day. And August 2017, I had 800 Instagram followers, and I saw the potential in Instagram. I was like, this could be a thing. So I went all in on Instagram, and my goal was the end of 2017, I wanted to hit 20,000 followers. And then December 31st, New Year's Eve, 2017, I hit 100,000 followers. So I completely surpassed my goal of 20,000 followers. Then that full year, the business started growing. I had my first 30K month. I bought my dad a car. Life was pretty good. And then at the end of that year, she broke up with me and left me for another man who was like 20 years older than her and had 4 kids. And I remember sitting at home being like, what did I do wrong? This was the love of my life for 8 years. And that's when I hit rock bottom again. I was like, shit, my business is doing well. I had my whole life planned out in front of me, but the love of my life left me for another man. And I was so confused. And that year, that's when I really pushed hard with my business because I had nothing else. And that was the third big transition where I started networking with other coaches. I started speaking. I started really putting myself out there and doing whatever it took and having laser focus in my business to grow. And my life completely changed last year. It changed for my business, changed for relationship life, my friend circles, everything changed. And it was because of that terrible pain, I rose from the ashes and completely transformed my entire life. I developed my confidence. I developed my self-love. And I was always a pretty happy guy, but I never truly loved myself on the inside. And now I really do love myself on the inside. And I'm sure it shows online when I'm showing my lifestyle and things like that. So now I'm in the next transition of my business. So I'm working towards making $1 million per year in my business. And the way that I do that now is I teach other fitness professionals how to make their first 6 figures online. I have a free private Facebook group called Online Fitness Profits. You can join that group. And in that group, that's where I share with you some more tactical tips and tricks to build your online fitness business to your first 6 figures. And that's my journey now. That's my focus. I believe every man has a purpose in life. My purpose in life, the way I feel completely fulfilled, is helping other people build their online fitness businesses. My first purpose in life was to help people get jacked and build their bodies. And I feel like that purpose has passed, but now every day I wake up excited and completely fulfilled to help people build their businesses, because you can help someone change their fitness, and that's great. You can completely change someone's life. But the amount of impact you can have on someone if you can help them make money and fend for themselves, it's the greatest feeling in the world. Because I'm not just impacting one person now, I'm impacting everyone around that person and everyone around me. And I'm just so excited for the future. Like yesterday, I had maybe 6 hours of coaching calls, 6-7 hours. And at the end of the day, I was completely wiped. But I remember looking back and I was like, that was an amazing day. Like, what a great day. So my advice to you is, no matter where you came from, if you're trying to build your business, you're trying to build your body, you're trying to accomplish something, it's not going to be easy. But anything worth doing in life will not be easy. So you need to push through the boundaries, push through the pain, rise from the ashes, fail forward, and get to where you want to be. Take massive action every single day, and you are going to have so much more fulfillment in your life, and you're going to accomplish your goals and reach your dreams like I did. If I can do it coming from nothing, you can do it too. So I'm Jason Maxwell here from JMax Fitness and Online Fitness Profits. And thanks for watching this video, and I'll talk to you soon.